Hello and welcome back to Make Money Online. Today we'll be looking at what was behind the XRP pump. Like and subscribe to this channel to watch more videos like this one. Market experts emphasize the recent charges brought by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, as well as their impact on the digital token's price. The SEC filed these charges against Ripple Labs, along with CEO Bradley Garlinghouse and co-founder Christian Larson. The situation affected the digital token's market movements. XRP had substantial pressure on its price from short sellers and community members selling in light of the SEC news. At the same time, since the news was filed, Ripple announced that they would suspend any additional sales of XRP until the suit was resolved, which did relieve some of the pressure. Ripple used to sell as much as 1 billion XRP each month. The big shift came Friday when Ripple filed its answers to the SEC complaint and provided very strong arguments against the SEC claims. The community, of course, saw this as very positive news, and many XRP loyalists bought on the news. This caused short sellers to cover their short positions and created a short squeeze similar to GameStop. Volume on many exchanges went up over 10 times normal volume and was similar to the November 2020 pump we've seen before. XRP lost more than half of its value in a matter of hours, falling sharply after experiencing significant gains over the weekend. The digital asset plummeted to as little as 37 cents this afternoon, according to CoinDesk data. At this point, the token had declined roughly 51% from the intraday high of 76 cents it reached close to 6 a.m. XRP suffered this pullback after rising more than 100% over the weekend, climbing from an opening price of 29 cents on Saturday to an intraday high of 60 cents on Sunday. When explaining these recent developments, analysts pointed out to paper-thin liquidity as well as how the situation made it easier for traders to manipulate the markets. The cryptocurrency almost doubled in value over the weekend and clocked a 2-month high. The price action suggests some traders bought XRP in anticipation of a price pump, inadvertently pushing it higher. Some of them may now be trapped on the wrong side of the market. At the time of recording, the exact reason for the price dump is not known. It's quite possible that a whale took advantage of the price rise and dumped their holdings. Pump and dump strategies are not new to crypto markets, particularly for XRP. Given XRP's delisting or halting of trade from the majority of USD-backed exchanges, liquidity on XRP has become incredibly thin. This lack of liquidity creates opportunities for global communities to coordinate pump and dumps, which is exactly what the price action appears to indicate is happening. The price run was in part due to the thin liquidity conditions of the token, which is a direct result of mass delisting. It looked like XRP fell to a coordinated pump and dump attack. However, the situation changed recently. As the pressure on buyback and liquidations of short sellers has abated, prices came back to normal pre-SEC levels. The Reddit crowd is moving their money from one asset to the next to trigger such aggressive price movements, but you need to remember that on Wall Street, such moves are followed by large institutions, like BlackRock, piling into GME behind the Reddit crowd. XRP ultimately faces an uncertain legal future. We don't really know the exact outcome of the SEC battle, but of course you can expect many swings to happen in the next few months as each side opens up more and more fronts to try and win their case. This case may go all the way to the Supreme Court, as there is a clear need to update the Howey test, which are laws from all the way back in 1933. Many see the XRP pump as a short squeeze. It seems so, but not anymore. The price leaped about 170% on account of investors buying into the coin. Between January 30th and the early hours of February 1st, XRP price pumped 147%, reaching 76 cents, which is its highest level in 2 months. The move seems to have been fueled by an offshoot of Wall Street bets. It seems that speculative social media group-based investing is becoming a trend. It's established already that there were only a few steps remaining to fully realize the potential of XRP USD's bull market. Namely, it was the breakout above the channel, the breakout above the 100 EMA, and very importantly, the weekly close, which now finally happened to indicate a bull market confirmation. Looking at this chart, we can see how XRP USD managed to stabilize within the upper boundary of the bear market channel, also matching with the support from the major uptrend ascending channel formation in blue. XRP USD moved on to stabilize within these zones and show up with great bullishness from there, also holding the thundercloud sweep weekly in the green, which is an important confirmation for the bull market. What normally comes after such strong volatile movements is a continuation more likely than a pullback. Nevertheless, XRP USD has strong supports lying lower, which will stabilize the pullback. XRP USD has established a strong bullish pace within the schedule, which is likely to continue, as long as there aren't any major events that would reverse this dynamic again. Therefore, it's important that XRP USD exceeds the high of the previous bullish price action and stays above it. When this happens, it'll lead to potential testings of the established all-time high. For now, XRP USD has a firm foundation for a strong bullish continuation. It may fully validate its movements into an expansion. One of the questions posed during the surge if there was a short interest behind this move. Knowing exactly what triggered the investors to crowd into XRP could reveal the criteria behind the pumps. Hedge funds with sizable short positions are what drew investors to GameStop and AMC stock. By coordinating a pump on any company or crypto, buyers knew that they would force short sellers to be liquidated and trigger the start of a strong rally. That was what ultimately happened. According to Bitfinex's long-to-short ratio, XRP-USD dropped to a strong daily 4-hour structure support level. On that, the market is consolidating for 2 consecutive trading days. Analyzing the price action on hourly, we see a double bottom formation with a higher low. 39.5 cents is its local minor resistance. Bullish violation of that can be a perfect trigger to buy XRP. Remember that in case of the price drops below current lows, setup will be invalid and will wait until the market reaches the next key level. There's currently $124 million total margin trades combining its USD and BTC-based markets. Although that figure is up from $95 million a month ago, it's more important to focus on the percentage favoring shorts. The ratio seen on January 29th favored longs on XRP by 180%. And this is as opposed to what's necessary for a short squeeze. Moreover, those $25 million margin shorts were not significant to XRP's $1.55 billion average daily volume. Despite the liquidations caused by the recent 147% rally, XRP's open interest surged due to its increase in price. We need to understand whether those traders had been using excess leverage on either side. When sellers or shorts are the ones demanding more leverage, the funding rate goes negative. Therefore, those traders will be the ones paying up the fees. As shown, buyers had been using more leverage, albeit relatively steady over the past 30 days. The last time negative funding rates occurred was December 24th and December 29th, 2020. Both dates mark local lows after substantial price corrections caused by the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Apart from being a below $10 coin, XRP was one of the most distant from its all-time high. It's also important to consider that before its recent 1,000% pump, Dogecoin was also trading 90% below its 7.8 cents all-time high. At the moment, XRP has crashed hard from a 2-month high reached early Monday, with the planned community buying effort failing to yield desired results. The crypto is trading near 42 cents at the time of recording, down 40% from the high of 75 cents. The weekly fib used to call the move up to 75 cents on Monday is still valid, and we're now consolidating the 61.8 Fibonacci. A breakout of this triangle lower could see one more tap of the 78.6 at 25 cents. The upside potential is less likely, but a solid break upwards would take us back to 45 to 50 cents. The end goal for most people is to make money from XRP, that's for sure. Some expect to be rich or financially independent. Some just to make a good profit. But we must not forget that XRP is bigger than all of that. It's bigger than speculation and money. We will all benefit from our investment, of course, but the technology as a whole in many ways will change our financial status forever. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. What other XRP topics would you like us to talk about? Let us know in the comments. While you're here, go ahead and check out one of our other videos. See you next time.
Hollywood car set.